Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back for another video, and this video is going to be a continuation in a new series that I started um, about a month ago called 5 Song Recommendations. This is going to be the second installment, and I'm going to try to keep doing these, pretty regularly, because I think that there are a lot of songs that, you know, that you might like uh, on these types of videos. And I did my best to find 5 that aren't that well known. You're going to know a couple of bands on this list, but uh, a couple of them might be a little underrated, and I think there's even one band that's an up and coming band, and I'm going to save that one until the end. So, yeah, let's not waste any more time. Here is my second installment of 5 song recommendations for you guys. Starting at number 5, it's a song called The Clocks, and it's by a band called Parabell. Now, I don't know much about the band Parabell, but I do know that they've actually been around for a pretty long time, ever since the 2000s. And the lead singer of this band is the former lead singer of a band called Evans Blue. Now, you guys may or may not be familiar with that band. Uh, I personally am. I'm not too big of a fan of Evans Blue, but I do know of the band and I know some of their biggest hits and songs. Uh, but anyway, yeah, Parabell. I just happened to stumble on them by accident, and that's that's basically how I find a lot of these bands that I end up liking. Um, I stumbled upon them on Spotify one day, and I decided to just pick an album of theirs at random, and the album that this song "The Clocks" is on is called "Reassembling the Icons," and I think that is a really good album. It came out back in 2010, so 10 years ago. "The Clocks" is the opening track of that album, and it hooked me from the very first moment I heard it because it has a really cool little guitar riff intro. Kind of takes you off guard because you're not really expecting a uh, a pretty powerful riff to start off the song. But overall, it's a pretty soft song, other than that little riff. But I love the lead singer's voice, and I just love the overall instrumentation. I love the lyrics. I don't really understand what the lyrics are referring to be honest with you. But I think that just adds to the mystique of what the song is about. Not what it's about, but what the song is trying to bring to the table. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, at number 5, it's Parabell with The Clocks. Okay, number 4. Now, you guys are probably familiar with this band. This is from a grunge band that started out back in the 90s, and they're still going strong today. It's by the band Bush, and this is their latest single, "Flowers on a Grave." Now, I am a Bush fan. I have one of their albums that came out. Actually, it was their debut album from the '90s. And when I found out that they were coming out with a new album this year, I was really excited for it, and I still am excited for it. Definitely one of my most anticipated albums to come out this year. I think it comes out next month in July. And this was the first single released from the album. The song is "Flowers on a Grave." Now, this sounds like typical grunge style that you would have heard back in the '90s and the early 2000s. Uh, you know, uh, the lead singer, I think, is Gavin Rossdale. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, he does a fantastic job, and he does a very good job with his emotional delivery of the song, and it definitely would take you back to the '90s. And yeah, it kind of gives off a feeling of, like someone has kind of betrayed you, and I guess, essentially killed your your heart, your momentum, your relationship, in anything of that nature, and it feels like they put flowers on your grave, so to speak. But anyway, it's a really good song, and I highly recommend it. I think you guys would really like it if you're into grunge, or if you're just starting out into getting into grunge. Yeah, so that is Bush with Flowers on a Grave. Okay, number three, this is a band that you guys are familiar with, and the song is called Broken Fame, and it is by Fit for a King. Now, I know Fit for a King, as I said in a previous video the other day, there are people who like Fit for a King, and there are people who don't like Fit for a King. I'm obviously in the like category. And Broken Fame, this song Broken Fame is off of their album Creation Destruction. Um, it's a pretty heavy hitting song. The lyrics are very thought provoking, and Ryan Kirby, which is the screaming vocalist for Fit for a King. I mean, his screams are just so brutal in this song, and pretty much on every Fit for a King song. He just has such raw energy that he brings, and that's really evident, especially on this song. And I just love, you guys know I'm a metalcore guy, so I love the mix of screaming vocals and clean vocals. And what really gets me on this song is the chorus. The chorus is really catchy. It's got a great hook to it. And, excuse me, it just really leaves you, in my opinion, kind of wanting more. And that's always good. So yeah, number three is Broken Fame by Fit for a King. Okay, number two. Now this band has been around since the 2000s as well, maybe even late 90s. The song is called Feel It in Your Heart, and it's by the band Cold. Now, Cold, I'm just really starting to get into this band. This song, Feel It in Your Heart, is from their 2005 album, A Different Kind of Pain, which I think is a really fantastic album. From what I've heard, I haven't heard every single song from it yet. I'm about halfway finished with it. But this song, Feel It in Your Heart, is what really stood out to me. It's very somber, very emotional, very touching, and even kind of heart-wrenching in a way. Uh, the guitar style is very, like I said, it's very emotional, very, like, the whole tone of the song is pretty mild, uh, almost entering ballad territory. But that still doesn't make it any less of a great song. I still think it's wonderful. The lead singer, Scooter Ward, does a fantastic job. And what I really like about this is the imagery. You can really imagine what he is talking about. You can see it clear as day in your head. And I have always been fond of songs and bands that like to do that sort of thing. They put imagery and metaphors and just, whatever creativity they can think of at the time. And that's what I really like about this song. So yeah, that is Cold with Feel It in Your Heart. And last but not least, number one on this list. Now, this is a new band that I know none of you are probably going to know. All they have is an EP out and this song separately. It's not on the EP. This is a separate single. And the song is called Wait, and the band is called Painting Promises. Now, a lot of people may not like this particular band because the lead singer's voice is pretty high. I'm not going to go as far as to say it's like... I'm trying to think. If you guys are familiar with the band Sleeping with Sirens, I'm not going to say it's as high as that lead singer's voice. I'd say it's a mix between his and the lead singer of Simple Plan. Now, don't uh, don't be taken back by that. It's still a fantastic song, and the lead singer does a fantastic vocal delivery on this song. It's very catchy, and you guys know I like catchy stuff. It's got a good hook to it. The uh, the lyrics are very, like I said, very thought provoking, especially in the chorus. Um, it just gives you something to think about, and like I've said many times before, I enjoy stuff like that. And I'm kind of running out of things to say, so I guess that will be it. So that was Wait by Painting Promises. Whew. Okay, guys, I I think that's gonna do it for this installment of 5 song recommendations. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Even if you guys end up not liking these songs, at least let me know if you've listened to them. I want to hear your thoughts on them. Uh, so yeah, leave a comment down below, subscribe to my channel, tell your friends about me, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.